Hey guys, welcome back. So today we'll be going over place values. Let's do a quick review. So in this example here, this is 30 million, and the 3 here in this example is going to be your 10 millionths place. So this is your ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, and then 10 million here. So your 3 is in the 10 millionths place. This is 45 million. So you have your ones place here, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, and you have 10 million here. And the 5 in this example is going to be in your millionths place. This example here is 423 million, and the 4 in this example is going to be in the 100 millionths place. So you have your ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, and then 100 million right here. So your 4 in this example is in the 100 millionth place. This example here is 7 billion, and you have your ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million, and you have your billion right here. So the 7 in this example is going to be your billionths place. Let's look at this example here. So we have 14 billion, 956 million, 630,210. And the 4 in this example is going to be in your billionths place. So this is your 4 here, and this is your billionths place. So this is going to be your ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million. Then you have your billion, and then you have 10 billion here. So in this example here, the 4 is in your billions place. If we look at the same example, the 9 in this example is going to be in your 100 millionths place. So this 9 here is your 100 million, and then the 4 here, like we said earlier, is going to be your billions place. So let's say for an example, your standard form is 726,300,000. So let's say this is your example here. And I said 726,300,000. This is your standard form. If you were to expand this form and write it in expanded form, you are going to get 700 million plus 20 million plus 6 million and then plus 300,000. And this is going to be your expanded form here. Remember, all we did was we expanded our standard form. And then our word form for this example is going to be 726,300,000. And remember, if you need help when you are going from standard form to expanded form, remember you can always use your standard form to help you. So if you do 700 million right here, then you go down to 20 million, then 6 million, and then you have your 300,000 here. So what we just solved here is our expanded form on the right side. 700 million, 20 million, 6 million, and then 300,000. So let's say your standard form is 19,407,134,000. So this is your standard form here. If you were to expand this form, it is going to be 10 billion plus 9 billion plus 400 million plus 7 million plus 100,000 plus 30,000 and then plus 4,000. And then don't forget your word form. If you were to write this in word form, you are going to get a 19,407,134,000. And this is your word form example here. And then of course, remember, if you need help expanding your form, don't forget, use your standard form to help you out. So this is going to be 10 billion here. Then we go down to 9 billion. Then you go down to 400 million, and then 7 million, 100,000 is next, and then 30,000 is next, and then you have 4,000. Remember, this here, what we just wrote, is your expanded form that we have here on the right side. Let's look at this example. We have 65,200,108. If you were to expand this, you're going to get 60 million plus 5 million plus 200,000 plus 100 and then plus 8. And this is your expanded form here. And then remember, if you need help with that, let's go over here. If I do 60 million and then 5 million, 200,000, 100, and then 8. And this is the same thing that we have here on the right side. So 60 million, we have 5 million, 200,000, and then 108. Your word form is going to be 65,200,108. Let's look at this example here. So we have 207,111,006. Your expanded form is going to be 200 million plus 7 million plus 100,000 plus 10,000 plus 1,000 and then plus 6. And this is your expanded form here. And your word form is going to be 207,111,006. And don't forget, if you need help with your expanded form, let's write this out. 200 million, then we have 7 million, then we have 100,000, then we have 10,000, then we have 1,000, and we have 6. Don't forget, this is the same as your expanded form here on the right side. Let's look at this example. This example here, we have 1,480,200,965. If I were to expand this, you're going to get 1 billion plus 400 million plus 80 million plus 200,000 plus 900 plus 60 and then plus 5. And this is your expanded form here. And if you need help, don't forget, let's use this side to help us out. 1 billion. Next, you have 400 million, then 80 million, then you have 200,000, 900, and then 60, and you have 5. And your word form, if you were to write this in word form, it's going to be 1,480,200,965. Let's look at this example. We have 14,956,630,210. Your expanded form, you're going to get 10 billion plus 4 billion plus 900 million plus 50 million plus 6 million plus 600,000 plus 30,000 plus 200 and then plus 10. And this is your expanded form here. And if you need help with that, so you have 10 billion here, then you have 4 billion, then 900 million, then 50 million, 6 million is next, 600,000, 30,000, 200, and then you have 10. So this here is the same as our expanded form here on the right side. So we have our 10 billion, then we have our 4 million, and that set of 0 goes on top, right? And then 900 million, then 50 million, 6 million, 600,000, 30,000, 200, and then 10. And if you were to write this in word form, you are going to get 14,956,630,210. So let's say your standard form was 35,427,000 and then 231. So let's say this is your standard form here. If you were to expand this, you are going to get 30 million plus 5 million plus 400,000 plus 20,000 plus 7,000 plus 200 plus 30 and then plus 1. This is your expanded form here. And if you need help, this is what it would look like. So you have your 30 million, then 5 million, 400,000, 20,000, 7,000, 200, 30 and then 1. This is your expanded form, which is what we have here on the right side. And if you were to write this in word form, you are going to get 35,427,231. So let's say, for an example, that your word form is 5,302,014. If this is your word form, so you have 5,302,014. How would you write this in standard form? So your standard form is going to be, we said 5 million, then we have 302,014. So 0, and you put your 1 4 for 14, and this is your standard form here. If you were to expand this, you are going to get 5 million plus 300,000 plus 2,000 plus 10, and then plus 4. And this is your expanded form here. And if you need help with your expanded form, this is a good way to help you out. So 5,300,000, then you have 2,000, and then you have 10, and then you have your 4 here. So let's look at this example. Let's say your word form is 25,530,200. So I'll say it again. It's 25,530,200. So let's write it in standard form. So your standard form is going to be here. We said it was 25 billion. I got that. Then we have 530 million. And then we have our zeros here for our thousands. And then we have 200. If you write this in expanded form, you are going to get 20 billion plus 5 billion plus 500 million plus 30 million, and then plus 200. And then if you need help, don't forget, you can do your 20 billion here. Then you have your 5 billion. Then you have 500 million. Then you have 30 million. And then you have 200. So this is your expanded form here that we have on the right side. So let's say your expanded form is 1 billion plus 10 million plus 10,000 plus 100 and then plus 1. So if this is your expanded form, how would you write this in standard form if you go from expanded to standard form? So first we have our 1 billion. So I'm going to go ahead and get that ready. Add my comma. Then we have 10 million. So 10 million, I'm going to add a 0 here, and I'm going to put my 10 here for 10 million. Then we have 10,000. So I'm going to add a 0 here, and I'm going to add my 10 here for 10,000. Then we have 100. So I'm going to add my comma here, and we have 1. So I'm going to do 100, 0, 1. So this is your standard form. So you have 1 billion, 10 million, 10,101. And if you were to write this in word form, you are going to get 1 billion, 10 million, 10,101. And if you wanted to expand this to check your work to make sure you receive this here on the right side, you are going to get 1 billion, then you have your 10 million, then you have your 10,000, then you're going down to 101. So this here should match what we have here on the right side. We have our 1 billion, then we have our 10 million, we have our 10,000, our 101. All right, so that is all for today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.